Quite a nice morning really, at least it's not raining. It's quite chilly, sky is a bit pale, but not too bad. This is Reynolds Park on the right hand side, and just over the road is Reservoir Road, and that's the highest point in Liverpool. I have to tell you, because if I don't, someone will write in a comment and say, "You missed a trick there, Jeff." There's leaves on the ground now, and the leaves in the trees are changing colour. Autumn is in the air. It's Wednesday morning, the 12th of October 2022. We're on Church Road in Woolton village, and we're going to take a look at St Gabriel's Convent. It's one of Woolton's abandoned mansions. I did plan to make a video about this location. It's been on my list for quite some time now. But the reason I'm doing it today is because last Saturday, the 8th of October, there was a fire here. Now just on the other side of the road there's a bus stop, and just past that bus stop is one of the gates into the property. I think it's a side gate rather than a main one, but we'll cross over and have a look. So somebody local, I presume they're local because they saw the fire and went home and phoned the fire brigade around about 6 p.m. on Saturday evening. So at the peak of the fire there was 6 fire engines here, and they were here until 5 a.m. the following morning. This building saw a fire back in 2016, a serious fire which caused major damage to the upper floor. So really I wanted to come and do this video because with this fire damage on top of other damage the building has suffered, I'm not sure if it's going to be here very long. Anyway, let me show you exactly where we are. At present I'm at the top of Church Road. I know one or two people like to use Google Maps to see the locations I'm talking about. But if you use Google Maps on this occasion, you'll find that they're actually wrong. They have St Gabriel's Convent marked as being at the junction of Beaconsfield Road and Quarry Street, when in fact the convent is at the end of Beaconsfield Road, and I've marked its location with a red circle. So this is a slightly closer view, and the front of the building is facing towards Beaconsfield Road. And this is what the building looks like today. The scaffolding was here before the recent fire, so there's some work being done to the building here. This 2-storey mansion house was built in around about 1840. I couldn't find any history of who it was actually built for, but it was obviously somebody very rich. By the early 1900s, an order of German nuns were using the building as a convent, but they returned back to Germany in 1914 at the beginning of the First World War. Shortly after they left, another order of nuns moved into the building. This time they were the poor servants of the Mother of God. By now the building was known as St Gabriel's Convent, and during the 1960s and 1970s various outbuildings were built to the right hand side of the building, and these became known as Knolle Park Children's Home. So these photographs show the building before the fire last Saturday, but there was also extensive damage previously to the buildings on the right hand side, which were the children's home. They've now been demolished. Now I think the convent closed around about 2010. There was a dark side to the children's home because in 1998 a John Christian, who was a voluntary worker here, was jailed for sexually abusing boys over 2 decades. He worked at the home and he lived in the lodge on the grounds from the late 1960s until 1987. If you're interested in reading about this and some of the comments that other people have about living here during that time, I'll leave a link to a WordPress blog. The link will be in the description below. Now, on the night of the fire last Saturday, a YouTuber called Elliot came along and did some filming, and the next day he came back and he and his friend went round the building filming the damage. And if you'd like to see either or both those videos, I'll leave a link in the description below. His YouTube channel is called Nothing But Elliot. Okay, that's it for this short video. We'll catch up soon.